talking about cunts at the time of record. This weekend was the big Unite the Kingdom march. Fucking hell. So I left London on Saturday afternoon. London was a bit tense.
Really?
Aye. No, but see, for somebody that's grew up in a city with sectarian parades and spends a lot of time in Belfast, I really didn't think I'd be that bothered. But I was like, oh no, here they are. Did you see all the stuff online about them, about a lot of those attending that rally buying things like onion badges?
Yes.
Indian street food and such like. And then...
well, that's the lie behind the whole thing. Even if you look at intermarriage rates in England, like people are just marrying between religions all the time, interracial marriage.
You kind of have to.
Yeah, I mean...
You know, the genetic diversity is key to not having Habsburg-jawed freaky babies. You know?
Well, the Catholic Church took away cousin marriage in like the 12th century. They were like, none of this nonsense because we are morally right. And if there's one thing we know about the Catholic Church is they always get relationships right.
Yeah.
England has taken on a lot of stuff from like late 1970s, early 80s Rangers.
Yes.
And if they'd only taken on more Celtic stuff and they'd had like a folk revival and...
soda bread.
I had soda bread for breakfast.
Yeah. They'd be happier people.
Yeah.
Listen, it had a very, I felt that it had a very early 1980s, early to mid 1980s feel about it, that real National Front fucking Stone Island stuff going on, and it's just awful. And then there was a bit of a thing at Euston where I seen some Antifa protesters, and then I seen some middle-aged bald men coming out of fucking Marks and Spencer's with their union flags, and I thought, oh, it might fucking kick off here, but it didn't. But it was tense.
I feel
Awful.
I've kind of been going on about it forever, like going, you know, like we're fucking 10 years away from camps, we're fucking 5 years away from camps, we're 4 years away from camps. And, you know, all that kind of like moralistic stuff on the left of, yeah, but fucking he said this and one time he did that, and but it's just like, fuck, you people are really going to need to get your act together, because there was 100,000 fascists and there was 5,000 counter-protesters, and fucking well done to them, but at the same time, you would hope it'd be the other way around.
I just don't think the left can be... I just don't think the left can be aggressive. It just doesn't feel as if it's got that capability within itself to go toe-to-toe and match them.
There's someone like, so they've done a Stop Trump rally, right, which is generally, so I think, I mean, I don't know them that well, but to me it seems they're doing a thing to generally rally people round and go, like, let's fucking fight against the whole anti-migration, far-right reform, that whole thing, but they've phrased it as, Trump's coming, let's have a protest, let's organise, right? So they've done a bit of promo that's like Britain 2030, and it does a bit of kind of V for Vendetta style, you know, stuff of the shit that's happening then, King. There's already lefties and people who broadly support those kind of positions on there going, oh, this is out of order. This is like, you know, this is like the sort of thing the right-wing people would do. And you're like, well, maybe you should fucking get started. Do you know what I mean?
So on Saturday night, I came back and I played the new stand, and on the bill was someone who identifies as pansexual, someone who identifies as lesbian, me who identifies as lesbian, a gay man, and the legend that is Mr. Raymond Mearns, right? And
he's his own character.
He's his own. And I went out and I done a joke about obviously being an older gay and stuff like that. And as I was walking out the club, there was three. Now this is in the heart of the West End of Glasgow, and there was three older guys looking quite middle class, and they were like, "Aye, what about it being all the gay stuff? What about it being all the gay stuff?" And I was like, I'm in the fucking West End of Glasgow. These aren't even BAMs. These are men in their 50s with good jobs that are having a night out together, having a few beers. They're probably been in quite a nice boozer beforehand. And they're fucking commenting on people's sexuality before commenting on whether they thought they were funny. And I just thought, this is fucking depressing. And it's not like the Stand isn't your kind of standard comedy club that would attract stags and hens and buckets of beer and stuff like that. In fact, it actively avoids that. So you're sitting going, if this is the educated West End of Glasgow, what fucking chance have we got? And that's my fear.
They are wanks.
Oh, they are wanks. Like, I mean, you love it. No,
like
they are
being near them.
wanks, but you're just sitting going, fucking hell. And then I'd done a joke about reform and somebody booed. And I was like, are you booing a joke about reform? Fuck's sake. You're like, where are you, man? I was like, I'm glad.
People won't go back though, and that's good.
Yeah.
You know, you need to have if you're going to have a good lineup like that, you're going to have people going, what the fuck, and then you're not going to see them again.
Well, one of the acts, Kim Blythe, who many of you might know from TikTok, good act.
Really good. Yeah.
Lesbian, identifies as a lesbian, great lassie. And I was saying to her, what the fuck was that reform boo backstage after I'd came off? And she went, oh no, last night, apparently somebody had asked a member of staff, is this a gay night? And the member of staff, who is part of the queer community, went, no. And they went, would it be a problem if it was? And the guy just turned around to his pal and went, this is why Charlie Kirk gets shot. What the fuck? What the fuck was
Also,
that?
every night is a gay night. Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean? Gay people own the night.
You're right.
Daytime is for straight people. Go out and do your fucking stuff.
Go out, do your stuff, do your breeding,
Of course,
do all
you
that
can be
stuff.
bisexual like Blade. Do you know what I mean? You
Oh.
can straddle both.
A day walker.
Yeah.
Gay walker.
Gay walker.
I consider myself the Blade of Glasgow. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I sent you that video. I'd seen a picture of a dinosaur called the the iguanodon
Yeah.
with a big thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Seen this picture of a iguanodon jabbing another dinosaur in the neck. Blood was spurting out, and I was like, I feel like spiritually, Charlie Kirk's assassin is an iguanodon.
I am shocked at the fucking beatification of that man. Like the absolute, listen guys, he was somebody's son.
Listen.
And I'm like, well, so was fucking Hitler, but nobody's walking about going, do you know what? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Fuck off.
I think to be under a sign that says "prove me wrong" and get shot dead. It's not funny.
It's not. The thing is, it's not funny. A big thing about comedy is irony.
Yep.
And if you are doing speeches where you're like, people are going to get shot, it's worth people getting shot
To have guns. Yeah.
and then you get shot.
It's kind of like a Simpsons joke. One of the things that happens is far-right people abstract their position into things like flags and the good old days and you stop the boats and all that kind of stuff. They have concrete positions, right? And their concrete positions involve deporting hundreds of thousands of people, making life miserable for everybody, possibly things like, further down the line, banning people from being homosexual, certainly trans people would have a horrific time out the minute reform got in, all that kind of stuff. And it ends with camps. It ends with putting your enemies into some kind of internment and or assassinating them, right? As if you're going to stand up in public and advocate for those positions, which we know are your positions, however much you abstract them, you're going to get some fucking pushback. There's going to, you're putting yourself at considerable risk because what you're advocating is bad for everybody.
Yeah.
However, the assassin, or the alleged assassin, as we should say, apparently thought Charlie Kirk was a bit too much to the left.
I don't know though, because like when these bullets saying catch this fascist and all that stuff. So I think it's like who knows at the moment, and everybody's trying to not own this guy and go, he was a right wing guy, he was a left wing guy, whatever. But ultimately, we don't yet know.
It's like that. What was his name? Who was the other assassin who was carving stuff on his bullets?
Luigi.
Oh, yeah. The boy who went in the run. Yeah, and then
Vittorio Angeloni, I think. His name is.
but then people were like, "Fuck, have you seen how hot that assassin was? He's fucking." And you were like, "Wow,
Yeah.
wow."
Break all these guys in.
Apparently he's doing great in jail. Everybody's really sound to him.
Yeah. Well, get these guys out and form a kind of suicide squad of, Nazi hunters.
Hilarious bullet carvers.
Inglorious bastards.
I watched the Blues Brothers last night.
Oh, yeah.
I did, and
You
it's
won't get your whole fried chicken. You won't get your dry white toast.
4 fried chickens. 4 fried chickens. I fucking love that film.
I just said that to my son yesterday, who had never seen the film and had no idea what the fuck I was on about.
I think I'm in a similar boat.
Fucking great film. But at the start, or relatively close to the start, when they're obviously getting chased, and then they come into the bridge with the Nazis on it, right? And I thought, fuck, how far are we away from being able to laugh at this shit again, where you've got everyday normal people shouting at the Nazis on the other side of the bridge, giving it fucking, yous are fucking Nazis, fuck off. And it was like, I'm not sure that people would shout at Nazis anymore to the same degree. Where they actually rip the piss out the Nazis, they show a homoerotic relationship between the leader, all that kind of stuff, show them as just fucking thick white supremacists, and you're going, I don't know if that would fly just now.
What are our current fleeing locations? Where are we thinking? Do you know what I mean? For many years I thought Ireland.
But then they've gone a wee bit.
They've gone a bit Celtic warrior fucking. I know it's a wrestler, but do you know what I mean? Anyone who's got Celtic.
Seamus O'Shaughnessy.
They've went a bit Conor McGregor.
Anyone who's got Celtic such and such in their fucking profile is generally a fash.
Aye.
How do you know if it's Celtic or Celtic though?
Well, by their racist posts.
I did.
Yeah,
I did used to consider Cork. I thought Cork would be a good place to go.
West Cork, become a blow-in.
Yeah,
Investigate a few murders.
Aye, just one really, just one murder. I thought Cork would be good. I thought Cork would be would have been a good place to go, but now I'm thinking I've got no fucking clue. Probably Orkney at this rate.
Well, Cork will hold out even if Ireland goes fascist, because that's what happened in the Civil War. Do you know what I mean? So Cork would have been the rebel
county.
Do you know what I mean? So I think actually that's quite a good bet.
It also has a fuckload of shipping lanes now after Brexit, because as soon as they realised Brexit was going to happen, the EU gave them a ton of money because it's the first kind of landfall for them. So that's handy.
What, to jump
For
on
you?
the shipping line?
Anybody, aye. If I need to go and fucking stone a boat, if it does get a bit
You
fash.
have to become an importer or exporter. There's phenomenal facilities at Cork docks.
How's
Mate.
Susie doing? She's floating in a barrel towards Belgium.
I would be quite happy with that. Just floating the barrel, just
Fucking hell, by the way, I read as I often do, I read the podcast on transcript in the morning. Do you know what I mean? I just flick through it to go, there's nothing to worry about the illegal.
Last time, man. Here comes the guillotine.
At the end, we spend 10 to 15 minutes discussing lunch, like a group of hobbits, and it's all about getting one course in because we need to record, and then at the end we'll go any point 2 courses.
It was a one-course meal, I believe. Actually.
But we ordered 2 courses that arrived simultaneously.
Yes. Which is one course. I think that's kind of the more I remember. I'm sorry to talk about Lord of the Rings, Susie, but I remember loving Lord of the Rings when I was a wee boy, and it was quite an abstract thing. But now you get older and you live through these things like the rise of fascism, the War of the Ring, etc. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, that's what a hobbit is. It's you want to go for lunch with your pals and you want to have a good time and sing songs, and then a wizard comes to town and tells you need to fucking go fight against the legions of evil. Yeah. That's kind of what it is. I didn't expect to relate to the Lord of the Rings, but now I get what old J.R.R. was going for.
Well, I'm going to take the discussion in a different direction.
Good.
But on a tangent from that, I was watching the Woody Allen documentary last night. Quite worrying.
What's it called?
Isn't it called like Allen v. Farrow or something?
Oh,
fuck's sake.
Anyway, I don't know legally what we can say about all that, except whatever your position on the thing, he's certainly a very creepy dude.
Yeah.
But I was sort of wondering, are all children's books, children's stories, really about the child abstracting some kind of abuse, like dissociating? So if you're locked in your uncle's wardrobe, perhaps a lion and a witch are going to come along at some point. Do you know what I mean?
Or if you're locked in your uncle's wardrobe under the stairs, and then a West Country giant comes along.
Well, Harry Potter, is he simply under the stairs and he's been fucked by Mr. Dursley, right? And Dursley wants to keep it quiet, so he is he who cannot be named, right? So he's got to create a different abuser, but also he fractures his own personality into Harry, Ron and Hermione. Fuck knows who he really is.
Yeah.
And also, like, remember those horrible tasting sweets they have?
Yes.
That's fucking Dudley going suck on this.
And it's
Right, look, he thinks it's a sweet, but really it tastes horrible.
This isn't the version that you read to your kids when they were younger,
No,
is it? Right,
no.
good.
Expelliarmus is maybe his safe word.
Well, it's even the nature of Voldemort is that he's a Horcrux. He's split his soul into certain
Yes.
people. So it's
'Cause he's
literally,
been abused.
yeah, hurt people.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this recently because
You were thinking about this?
yeah,
What?
not about Harry being abused under the stairs and never actually. I think it's a class thing though. It's like kind of if you're a working class and you got to go to private school type thing. But
I don't think he's working class. I think he's innately like posh, in the same way that Oliver Twist is. You know,
Yeah.
Oliver Twist speaks differently from other kids.
or Great Expectations. It's like a wee guy who's supposed to. No, is that what Great Expectations
Great
is?
Expectations is, for me, really strangely never seen to be about colonialism, which to me is what it's about. A guy is sending you money back
Yeah.
all the time, but this money is fucking tainted and it poisons your life. But that's generally never. I've never seen a reading of it. Is that?
A dissertation idea for your.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. But I was thinking about this kind of children's literature thing because the guy who writes Lemony Snicket, Daniel Handler, he's writing a memoir, and he's in interviews he's been saying to people he's been interviewed, and he's talking about this mental condition he had when he was 20, where he kept seeing like white ghost figures in his peripheral vision, and then they would come into his real vision and like go up to his like try and like come into him. So he went to the doctors, right? I've been having these hallucinations of these ghostly white figures come to me, and the doctor gave him every medicine under the sun and none of it done anything. And then he said to the doctor, he went, well, maybe we should, if none of this medicine's working, maybe we should start wondering whether or not these things are real. And the doctor sent him to like a mental institution, and he was in a sanitarium, and even then the white figures never disappeared. And so he just told the doctor that they had gone and they let him out. But now 20, 30, 40 years later, he still is constantly haunted by these white hallucinatory figures, and you just wonder how many people in the world are
Haunted
Yeah.
by these things.
It's incredible. But you know the more incredible thing? That's the second weirdest thing about him. Because he also played the accordion on the whole Magnetic Fields album, 69 Love Songs.
Yeah.
Wild.
He
That's
said he was,
wild.
he said he was just the only guy that Stephen Merritt knew who could play the accordion. So that's why.
Fair. I'd be like us if we would go to Chris Forbes. If we
Yeah.
were like, we need an accordion, phone Forbesy.
Yeah.
Funtime Forbesy plays the accordion as well as being a basketball player.
Yeah.
He's a basketball player. He was great, and did you see Department Q?
Q, yeah.
He shows up as a punk.
I didn't make it that far into Department Q.
It got good.
It got good. It was good.
I find that difficult to believe.
No, it was good.
It got good.
What's happening here? This is my equivalent of fucking like those ghosts appearing. People are saying Department Q is good.
Yeah.
It got pretty interesting by the end of it, I thought, when that woman was in the hyperbaric
Chamber.
spoiler alert.
Aye,
Hyperbaric
spoiler-
chamber.
Aye, spoiler alert, but aye, it was bonkers, but it was good.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about? The rise of fascism. Charlie Kirk getting shot in the neck.
I just think when you put that much fucking hate out in the world, he wasn't even a good debater. Do you know the thing? Like, see if he felt so strongly about that. He was like this, what, 31, 32-year-old man?
Yeah, he was younger than me.
Bullying fucking young trans kids who were like, I'm trans and why do you fucking hate me? And he's like, well, I hate you because you're a potential shooter. South Park do a very funny sketch on it. I don't know if it's still up online, but I seen it on the weekend and it made me laugh.
Did you see where Trump got told about someone when Trump, one of your closest allies, been shot in the neck? How are you dealing with it? And he was like, yeah, it's fine. We've got the new ballroom. We've been trying to get this ballroom made for 150 years, and we're actually going to get it done this week. And you're like, wow. I think Trump, as a fascist, detests weakness so much, and he survived the shooting. Well, you know, something grazed his ear. It's like that thing with John Kerry, where he was slagging off John Kerry, and if somebody was going, Donald, Mr. President, you know, this guy was actually in prisoner of war camps in Vietnam. Was it Vietnam he was in?
Oh no, it was John McCain.
John McCain, not John Kerry, who's never been in a war, I don't think. John McCain, he was a Vietnamese prisoner of war, and he was like, yeah, I actually like the soldiers who didn't get caught. I think it's a kind of similar thing where it's like, if you are weak enough to get shot in the neck, then I don't give a fuck about you.
I think you're onto something there because he does love Putin.
Yeah, who's never been shot.
Xi Jinping and fucking who's
he likes a winner.
Yeah, he likes a wee bit of the North Korea and all that. He likes a strong man. He likes a lot. There's a lot of kind of bromance with masculinity, isn't there?
Yeah,
there's
he's
that
a fascist
kind of,
for sure.
Aye, horrible.
But the thing is, those people are actual strongmen dictators. It's like Putin's invaded a fucking sovereign country and all this stuff. Whereas Trump is just like, he's not done anything to stop Putin. He's not done anything to stop Netanyahu. In fact, he obviously facilitates that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the height of his ambition, is helping someone else bomb a fucking refugee camp.
I think the Putin thing is money related to when he was a bit down in his hunkers. I say down in his hunkers, not like us being down in our hunkers going, oh, I don't know if I can afford a Nippon kitchen. And I think
you can always afford a Nippon kitchen.
You're right. And
especially when you get vouchers from lovely indie rock bands for participating in music videos for them.
But I do think there is that thing where I think a Russian bank he's probably been the hawk to.
I just think it's probably like if American medium-term political interests weren't in line with his interests, he would just be told what to fucking do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it's really something like that. It's more that they just feel, oh, we're moving towards a thing where there's going to be more of us kind of lined up against China to some extent, and that, you know, you can't be as kind of vigorously anti-Russian as you used to be. It's probably that his agenda just happened to fit in with it.
And it's like, it's bonkers. So what? I'm 45, and you just have grown up in a world where you were told these fucking commies, these fucking Russians. Like, even though communism fell when I was 10, it was still the distrust of Russia was so prevalent, and even just in our culture. Do you know what I mean? Even just in music and film and books and all of that. And then how like things like, or people like the Cambridge spies were viewed, because it wasn't like, oh, you were a traitor, you were a fucking traitor to Russia. Like, that is unforgivable. And now it's like, well, you know, he's a wee bit misunderstood as Vladimir, and maybe he has a point with NATO. And you're like, no, he doesn't have a fucking point with NATO. He invaded a sovereign country, you know. But like Farage, for example, is going, well, you know, I mean, Putin warned if NATO encroached, he would invade, and he's invaded. And you're like, well, that doesn't make it right.
Doesn't make it right, but it does make you understand it. It's that whole idea of it's not being surrounded by NATO. I mean, it is. I mean, like, it's illegal what he's done, and you know, but we can't. The whole thing that we've had for a long time of going, and God knows why he would do that. You're like, well, we do know why he would want Crimea as a port. We do know why they would feel threatened by all that stuff. The whole thing of NATO membership never really comes up in our society anymore. SNP, even in independence, is like, hey, maybe, you know, we'll be part of NATO. Obviously, that's a given. But like, you know, maybe we'll fucking rent out the nuclear bases to them on some kind of ad hoc basis, blah, blah, blah.
I don't even think it would be ad hoc.
Well, yeah, it would just be like, and you're just kind of like, well, how come none of this is ever discussed? Because these are major things, particularly if you're coming from a thing going, well, we support independence. Well, do you want to be independent from the EU? Do you want to be independent from NATO? Do you want to be part of a fucking war in the Caucasus? What the fuck's that got to do with us?
Scotland would never be allowed to not be part of NATO because of its geographic location, and the fact that we've got the biggest bomb dump in Europe. We've got Coolport, we've got Faslane.
Where's the big bomb dump?
Just up the road for Coolport.
All right.
Aye, it's not that far. I can't remember what it's called, but aye. And
what's a bomb dump? They dump bombs?
It's for the keep shit.
Oh, okay.
And then say
it's like a car park.
Your boats would come up from say Southampton or wherever the fuck they're docked, and they would come up and they'd do exercises around the country and then go back in.
Jesus.
So because of that, and then because of the way of our geology in Scotland, there's a lot of kind of flight training that happens as well. So I just think, because of where we are, if you go 5 hours one way, you hit Moscow, 5 hours the other way, you hit New York. Because of where we are and how far, I think we're the most populous landmass in the North Atlantic. We've got a naval dockyard, we've got Faslane and Coolport. I just think, no, there is no way we're not being allowed. And if we weren't in NATO, my thoughts would be that America would come over and say, listen, remember we used to be in Rossi? Well, how's about all that infrastructure you've got in your northeast coast? How about we take that, we rent it from you, we keep you safe, we put an aircraft carrier in the North Sea so that we can fucking keep an eye on Russia, and we'll maybe build you some data farms in Sutherland where the land is pretty inhabitable. That's what I think would ultimately happen.
Except you'll be paying for the fucking aircraft carrier. Do you know what I mean? Like, all that thing as well, like we want increased militarisation, and we want to be more ingrained with NATO and all that. It's all just ways of saying you want to be more ingrained in the British state.
Yeah.
How does Scotland become more involved militarily in fucking Ukraine or any other fucking military adventure without becoming deeper involved in the British state?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think the SNP or Swinney, right? I think the first fucking care about independence. I mean, he could give two fucks. He just wants to be a manager of a certain type of centrist consensus that allows everybody careers and allows you to employ a whole bunch of lobbyists and blah, 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 and just, grease the wheels of this fucking thing for as long as it can keep going,
Keep trucking. And there's not really an alternative, really.
I got asked to do some SNP fundraisers and I was just like, nah, sorry.
Yeah, I had to do that.
You guys have really lost the plot.
I get asked to do...
He's some real absolute... Kate Forbes was just...
a horror.
I really opened my eyes when she was like angling for like leadership, and then every news Channel 4 was like, get her on TV. This is going to be good TV.
Watch this car crash.
Watch this. And she was like, I will go to the studio and I will say what I think about the homosexuals. And you're like, fuck you.
Who was that Lib Dem guy? Tim Farron.
Davey. Oh, Tim Farron. Yeah. Fuck me,
that was
man.
Great, man. He'd just be out, he'd be flipping pancakes, and someone would be like, but do you think gay people should be allowed to have sex? And it would just be a thing, and be like, no.
Which, to be fair, was decidedly worse than Kate Forbes. Because Kate Forbes was a bit like, I'm a Christian, here's my Christian values. I don't think gay people... I don't recognise their marriage the same as a heterosexual. And you go, well, do you know what? That's your fucking values. That's fine, but whatever. But he was literally like, there should be no bumming.
Jesus didn't mention this, pal.
I know.
Jesus had fuck all to say about it.
Jesus hung about with a whole load of blokes.
Yeah.
You're
they
not
were hanging
telling,
at the back of him half the time, I'm sure.
You're not
back in the day.
telling me that they weren't going for a wee hammam together. You know what I mean? All the boys.
So fuck if they're a bloke, Jesus can turn them into a woman. Jesus can give them a fucking fanny. He can do what he wants.
Turn cum into wine if he wants.
Fuck. There it is. To be fair, you've been so well behaved recently. I think I need to let it go.
I'm trying to temper
The cum chat.
the fountain.
Imagine the guy that just went and censored the miracles, man. He's just like this, giving St. Peter a fanny thing. It's just, come on.
Touching his neck.
The
Fanny appears in the neck.
Bukkake wine. Come on.
Say that he made a blind guy see. That's obviously a euphemism.
Well, maybe he did.
Jesus.
Fucking came in his eyes.
Yeah.
We don't know what
A
he
guy
did.
came back to life. I wonder how. You know. Anyway, Jesus was gay. And Tim Farron. Yeah. Is that his name?
Aye.
Is he still involved? Where did these cunts go? Where does Kate Forbes go once people have laughed at her?
She'll
and
probably go
she's-
back to a croft and
she's
just
not
have
an
quite a
MSP.
lot of children. Aye, but she's leaving. She's not standing the next election in May. So I think Kate Forbes will be the type who goes back to the island, lives in a croft, has quite a lot of children, and goes to the Kirk in the PTA.
Have I mentioned this? I'm sure I have mentioned this before in the pod, but
Let's see. Roll
Bring
the dice.
it back. Sing it back.
Kate Forbes has got something going on, and the crazy fucking Presbyterianism makes it hotter.
Ah, fuck off.
Come on.
No.
You're attracted?
I feel
You
like
fucking love the madness.
I would change her.
No.
I would.
I will make you lose faith in God.
She's suddenly at the centre of a fucking children's story about a fucking magical elf. And
A magical bearded man.
She's going to be considering
Keeping her under the
homosexuality.
stairs.
the Ent, what was he up to?
The Ent?
The Ent.
Yeah. Seen a lassie, don't know if this is too hot now, but seen a lassie's leg the other day, and
Fuck it. Was it the first time you've seen one?
She's still attached.
But now she's a fucking bag of bones in my rat-infested house.
I seen a lassie's leg, which was attached to her body, as traditional. Do you know that way when a lassie is wearing a pair of tights, but you can see the tattoo through the tights? And it's usually a rose or something. It's usually a skull, maybe. Usually the traditional. I wasn't looking at the lassie's leg. I was like, oh, I like tattoos. I took her interest. I looked, and she had an Ent tattooed on her shin. And I was a bit like, do you know that way sometimes, I don't know if I'm, what? Do you know that way sometimes a woman could have an interesting t-shirt and you try and read what's on it and I realise I'm just looking at her breasts. I think that's what, she didn't go, hey, you know, it was in the back. I feel we should cut this bit out.
What I want to know is how long does it take you to read the t-shirt?
Sometimes it's a lot of text.
So if it's like Frankie says
Mm.
relax, I mean
Probably
you can...
some dyslexics have gone down as sex cases.
Oh Jesus.
All they're trying to do is read the I Love New York. Next thing you know, you're on the register for being a cheb starer, you know. And
A
that's
cheb starer. Wowzers. A cheb
But
starer.
Kate Forbes, at the right moment, over an altar or a gravestone,
She will not.
gravestone.
She will not practice her faith where there is an altar. It'll be
Oh.
fucking wooden lectern, fire and brimstone. Look
here
at
we
you.
go.
Fucking
Hold
hell.
me back.
I get it.
Really? I
Sure.
don't get it. I don't get it.
You just think I could fix you.
No.
I saw some.
will try.
Oh, or like the Bagpuss before your time, but we will mend it, mend it, mend it.
Is that what Bagpuss is about?
They had Bagpuss, yeah. Bagpuss had a fucking bunch of wee mice and an old fucking Professor Yaffle owl bookend, right? Which there's no other bookend for.
Yes.
And as Ed Byrne pointed out one time, he would step away and the books would still stand up, so he's completely fucking useless. But the wee mice they'd bring something into the old shitty shop and they would get this thing and they would go, we will fix it, mend it. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Kids
that's my attitude
programmes.
That's how you
towards
feel
women.
sexually.
My-
Towards
I am-
women.
I'm a
Maybe cut
swarm of female mice.
Please, fucking, you can't have that going, that's my attitude to women. Oh, no, I'm trying to save your career.
It's not
here.
really. All I'm saying is, I once, as a young man, saw some graffiti in the student union toilet that said, "It's always the crazy bitches that have the good."
Wow.
And it
What uni was that?
was Sussex.
Oh, it's okay.
It's not untrue.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? And women sometimes love a damaged, a fixable guy.
I've read a lot of stuff.
Women fucking love damaged men. They
And
fucking
it's just as
love
well.
I've read a lot of tweets from women saying you always get the best dick from a guy who, doesn't have a bed frame. And, there's just, I'm not going to say there's mice running about and flies and stuff, but, it's always some guy who's just like a complete shambles. And, you can't have a relationship with them, but they're attentive lovers. You only have so many points to put into your different attributes. And speaking from a role-playing game point of view.
So you've dumped all your points into charisma, obviously.
I don't think people would disagree with that. Wisdom. I'm very wise, I would say. I have my wisdom checks. Sorry, Susie. Too much role-playing chat there.
It's wild.
Oh.
It's wild, but aye, but women do like to fix men. They
But
do.
People love to fix other people,
Yeah, it never really works out.
No,
though,
but
does
that's
it?
life. Just brief
Sometimes.
digressions on the road to the grave.
Sometimes it works out. Do you
Think
know
so?
what?
You're in such a fucking happy place just now. It's unnerving. I'll be honest. I think I preferred misery, Frankie.
Well, I think there's something to be said for getting older and being a bit more sanguine and
Sanguine? As in blood?
no, what the fuck are you talking about?
Sanguine? Does that not mean blood?
No, it means peace.
Oh, aye.
It's
Does it?
peaceful.
I've been misreading a lot.
Jesus.
I thought sanguine meant blood. It means peaceful.
I think acceptance, as you get older, you accept your own flaws and other people's flaws that bit easier.
I would agree with that. I would say that the past 3 months I have became
It's extremely recent.
well it is, aye. But I've changed.
People are going to look back on. Do you remember that point where everyone in Here Comes the Guillotine was getting laid and it just
aye.
it lost its
edge. Aye.
It's raison d'etre.
3 happy people in relationships. They're just fucking happy as Larry. Let's get them back to fucking being miserable or single or both. No, I do. No, I think that's. I don't know. Like, see, this is going to sound quite morbid. See, with my dad dying, it totally gave me perspective in so much stuff that I've never had before.
Really?
And there's stuff that you kind of think about, and there's stuff that you realise how inherently flawed your parents are, but how inherently flawed you are. And you just get to a point, I think, and I think I got to this point. I done a lot of thinking about this during the Fringe, because before the Fringe I didn't really have time to process my dad's death and I was too busy looking after my mum. So because I wasn't in Glasgow, I could really think about things. And I thought, yeah, they're just fucking people, and we kind of expect them to be these kind of miracle workers, right? And they have the answers for everything, and they just don't. And then obviously I've not became a parent, right? So this will be different for you, Frankie, because you're now a dad of grown-up people. So you've probably went through this, like when your kids were born, right? And you don't have kids, and you've not lost
I have a
parent.
family of mine living in my walls. Which are kind of children in a way.
I'm sure this is the start of a kid's book. But I do think, like, it kind of gives you a bit of clarity, because suddenly you need to step up, you need to be a bit of a parent and organise everything. And then you just go, and then you kind of talk to your parent that's left, and you're chatting away, and you find out stuff, and you're like, they were just fucking flawed. They were just a flawed human being who I had exceptionally high standards of, because society told me that they should be like this, but society told them I should have been like this. And none of the two of us could fucking meet in the middle, because inherently that's not the people that we are.
Yeah.
But it's really fucking sad that it took my dad to die to recognise that, but it did eventually just go. And now I would say I've probably got a different relationship with my mum because of
That's
that.
beautiful.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's better. It's better than what it was, but it is that thing where you think about it and you go, aye, I can see. And then you kind of start to think about their life and how, and what would have shaped them and shaped their lives and shaped their views. And you go, this all fucking makes perfect sense now. But it took a bit. It took 45 years, but we got there in the end.
Here's another thing that gives me perspective. As a child, my uncle was going to take us into the Mary from Dunlow Festival for a day out in Donegal.
I'm so jealous.
And we lived in a very rural bit, a good 7 miles from Dunlow. And my uncle had a Volkswagen Beetle, one of the originals, that had a hole rusted in the floor. It kept breaking down. And when we were going in, I was thinking, I'm not really thinking about what I'm going to do in town, what sweeties I'm going to get, what pocket knives I'm going to buy, what's going to happen.
The fucking 70s was amazing, man.
I'm not thinking about that because this car might not get there, right? And that gave me a great sense of peace and acceptance when the car actually did break down. We got in there in the end. And now I see the future as Dunlow, and that old Volkswagen is my body.
Yeah.
So I'm not necessarily getting it. So why worry?
Why worry?
Yeah, that's it.
But your children will have their own Volkswagens. We're all piloting these mechs towards the future, you know.
To Mary of Dunlow 2047.
When Christopher might eventually agree to go.
Here's the thing, I'm scared for us to go to Mary Dunlow. I will not be doing the full fringe next year, by the way. So I imagine you will. Yeah, but
Probably.
you know, if we could, I'm scared to go with you because I feel like you will get there and you get what you're after, and then just
Die.
yeah.
You'll just
Oh,
tap
a
out.
salmon that's
Like a
finally...
salmon.
Yeah, is that what they do?
You'll just tap out.
No, salmons climb the waterfalls and then they fuck at the top.
I don't think they fuck.
They fuck.
They don't
Fat salmons fuck.
No. They lay eggs.
That's their way.
Wait, yeah, but they're not fucking.
No, they're not
That'd
shagging
be
each other.
Gross,
Can't
man.
believe we're talking about fish.
It'd be so easy
shagging.
to catch. But,
If you're a bear,
yeah, but if they were just fucking there, you could... They'd
Two
be
at a time.
preoccupied.
two
Yeah.
at a time. And so, but yeah, I think the way fish have sex is the
We've talked about this before
Right,
on the
okay.
pod as well. They come on eggs.
they come on eggs. They lay the eggs on the seabed, and then the other fish comes on the eggs, and then babies. Fish are born. Shout out to fish. So what are they doing when they get up there? They're laying eggs and then spunking on them and then leaving.
Some are laying eggs and some are spunking, I guess. You know?
Good life.
Fuck's sake.
I love
That actually, you know, if Kate Forbes could reproduce like that, she would. Take
Has she
the whole
not had
sex
a
thing out of
kid?
it.
Has she not had a kid? No. She's
not
had
in
a
this
kid?
form.
Oh,
No.
Jesus.
You know, not
Aye, she's had a kid.
but not through fish style.
You don't know.
I
You
could
don't
see us
know what
getting
the
pulled
fucking...
up on this. Do you know what I mean? We get pulled up and they're like, this is terrible, this sexual reverie about a respected politician.
I don't think Kate Forbes is respected. But not even in her own party.
Oh, but you never know. I made fun of her one time because she was speaking. It was after all that kind of stramash with her.
She was
and then
talking
she
shit.
went on a thing and she was speaking in Gaelic, and I was like, people think she's speaking Gaelic, she's actually speaking in tongues.
Yes.
And people were like, how fucking dare you make fun of the beautiful Gaelic? It's not speaking in tongues, you're making fun of someone's religion and their beautiful language. And you're like, I'm having a fucking laugh. Shut the fuck up.
I don't actually think Kate Forbes realised that she would have upset so many people with her
course,
comments,
no.
right? Because I fundamentally don't think she's a bad person. I just think she has got very skewed Christian views.
Sound like you think maybe you could fix her too?
I hope they put that bit out and just show the absolute glee in your face.
I don't think she's a bad person.
No, I don't think she's like a Farage going, no, I wouldn't have voted for gay marriage because, you know, because that's, he you just know he's building up to fucking worse things. Whereas I think that was her Christian beliefs. And
I think she's grew up very sheltered.
well, was her dad not a missionary or some
She went
shit?
to some mad, like, Professor Xavier School for the Gifted in the Himalayas, remember?
Aye,
Well done. Yeah.
aye.
This was on the pod.
This is true. Her dad was like a missionary or something.
It was like
Like a wee free missionary.
completely where
Well, that's the
Ra's al
opposite,
Ghul would
yeah.
fucking train someone.
It's the
It's the
exact opposite
of
from
being
Sheltered.
Well, she studied in the Tibetan.
She was sheltered by the mighty mountains of the Himalayas.
Yeah.
You know that place that Christian Bale is in as Bruce Wayne
Yeah, Ra's
in
al Ghul's
Batman?
thing, yeah.
That's what she was in.
Wow, learning the art of shadow.
That's
Fair
it.
play, Kate. Didn't know. Wasn't familiar with your game.
She might be here for all we know, man.
Wow, her and Des, shapeshifters.
Maybe Days is Kate Forbes.
Maybe.
Shapeshifting.
It's so straight, aye. But I just think, somebody grows up in one of the cults. Do you know what I mean? Christianity, and
Bear in
you know,
mind, you're in a room with two Catholics. We were part of the world's biggest cult.
an absolute zombie blood cult. But I just I didn't know that.